Overnight, the IDF launched a major anti-terror operation in the Palestinian terrorist hotbed of Jenin in northern Samaria. As the operation is ongoing, large numbers of security forces are operating in the city, with the operation focusing on terrorist command center in the refugee camp in the center of the town. ILTV's Steve Leibovich has been following the developments.
7 Palestinian terrorists were reportedly killed in the early stages of the operation, dubbed Home and Garden, as ground forces converged on Jenin from several directions, and some 15 airstrikes were reported. Dozens of combatants were reportedly injured. The army said the attack focused on a so-called war room serving terrorist groups in the city and the so-called Jenin Battalion, which served as an observation post and gathering place for armed terrorists before and after terror acts. National Security Advisor Tzachi Negbi said Iran transfers weapons and money to the Hamas and Islamic Jihad in Jenin. Hanegbi said the IDF is taking out explosive and rocket manufacturing labs. The initial IDF announcement at about 1 a.m. confirmed that security forces were engaged in a wide-scale effort to thwart terror throughout Jenin and had struck terrorist infrastructure in the city. Palestinians reported that residents had been sent text messages from the IDF asking them to remain indoors, while some members of armed terror groups received texts urging them to lay down their arms and turn themselves in. Some 25 wanted men were reportedly arrested. A senior government official said that the goal of this extensive operation is to end Jenin's role as a sanctuary city for terror, and it will last as long as it needs to. Defense Minister Yoav Gallant hailed the operation in a tweet, saying that anyone who harms the citizens of Israel will pay a heavy price.
The Jenin camp has become a center for a terrorist activity. Those responsible for carrying out a terror attack against both civilian population and security forces. We will act in a targeted manner. It's very important to me to emphasize that we will take any efforts to prevent harm to the local civilian population.
For weeks, there had been speculation about a major Israeli military operation in northern Samaria following a string of terrorist shooting attacks and intense resistance to IDF raids in Palestinian cities.